Most people walk through life believing they're bad with money. They blame themselves for every mistake, every late payment, every overdraft, every moment of panic at the end of the month. They think they're irresponsible, impulsive, undisciplined. But here's the truth no one tells you. You're not bad with money. You're operating in a system designed to make you feel that way. A system engineered to keep you overwhelmed, stressed, exhausted, and convinced your financial struggles are your personal failure, when the game was rigged long before you ever started playing. This isn't about conspiracy theories. It's about structure. It's about incentives. It's about a machine that produces predictable outcomes and then convinces the people trapped inside that they're the problem. By the end of this video, you'll see why your struggles with money aren't a reflection of your character. They're the result of a system working exactly as intended. Think about the last time you paid your bills. You watched your paycheck disappear almost instantly. Rent, groceries, insurance, transportation, debt payments. The balance shrinks before you even have a chance to breathe. You sit there staring at the numbers, thinking, I make a decent income. Why does it feel like I'm drowning every month? This is the first layer of the system. Structural mismatch. Modern wages do not match modern living costs. Housing prices rise faster than paychecks. Healthcare costs escalate while salaries stagnate. Education costs explode while job opportunities shrink. Essentials, food, utilities, transportation creep upward year after year. Meanwhile, your income increases at a fraction of that pace. People internalize this imbalance as mismanagement. They think, if I only budgeted better. But no budget can fix an economy built on pressure. The math is against you before you even begin. You're expected to thrive in conditions previous generations never had to face. And when you struggle, the system smiles, because struggling workers stay compliant. But structural imbalance is only the first part of the trap. The next part hits you before adulthood even begins. If the system wanted you to succeed, it would have taught you how money actually works. Instead, you spent years in school memorizing facts you'll never use, solving equations irrelevant to real life, and writing essays that don't prepare you for financial reality. You learned the periodic table, but not how credit cards work. You learned ancient history, but not how to file taxes. You learned how to calculate the area of a triangle, but not how compound interest can either build your wealth or destroy it. You were trained for obedience, not prosperity. Then one day, at 18 years old, you're handed adulthood on a silver platter, with zero financial tools but thousands of dollars of responsibility. You're expected to choose a career, manage loans, sign leases, open bank accounts, apply for credit, and make lifelong financial decisions, all without a single hour of real financial education. And when you make mistakes, because how could you not, the system uses those mistakes against you. Your credit score drops, your interest rates rise, opportunities vanish, the consequences follow you for years. Financial ignorance isn't an accident, it's profitable. Banks profit from your lack of knowledge. Lenders profit from your confusion. Corporations profit from your desperation. Governments rely on your taxes, your labor, your consumption. If people were financially literate, the entire system would have to change. So it stays exactly as it is. And once you step into adulthood unprepared, the next trap closes around you. Debt becomes your default starting point. You borrow for school, you borrow for a car, you borrow for a phone, you borrow for emergencies, you borrow when your paycheck doesn't stretch far enough. You borrow when your life demands more than your income can provide. Debt is marketed as opportunity. Build your credit, get what you deserve, invest in your future. But functionally, it's a long-term extraction tool. Student loans promise mobility, but deliver decades of payments. Credit cards offer convenience while hiding 20 to 30% interest behind friendly marketing. Car loans stretch over 5 to 7 years, keeping you locked into monthly obligations for something that loses value the moment you drive it. Debt turns your future income into someone else's present profit, and the system ensures you walk into debt with no understanding of how it works. Your first credit card arrives before your first money class. Your first loan arrives before your first paycheck. You're set up to fail, and when you inevitably stumble, the blame lands on you. But the system doesn't just drain your finances, it attacks your emotions. Money shame is one of the strongest forms of control in modern society. When people feel ashamed of their financial situation, they stay silent. They avoid asking questions. They fear look. Think about how many people hide their money struggles from their partners. How many avoid looking at their credit scores. How many let bills pile up because facing them feels unbearable. Not because they're lazy, because they're ashamed. Shame keeps you isolated. And isolation keeps you powerless. The system benefits when people blame themselves. When someone thinks they're just irresponsible, they don't question why rent takes half their income. They don't question why healthcare bankrupts millions. They don't question why wages stagnate while corporate profits soar. Shame is the emotional glue that keeps people compliant. And while you're wrestling with guilt and fear, the marketplace is whispering in your ear. Your insecurities are someone else's business model. Every ad you see, every trend you follow, every upgrade you're told you deserve is designed to push you deeper into consumption. Spending becomes a coping mechanism, a way to feel accomplished, validated, or less alone. When life feels hard, the system offers relief in the form of purchases. You're encouraged to upgrade phones, wardrobes, cars, apartments, chasing the image of financial success while sinking further into financial dependence. Status symbols replace stability. Convenience replaces control. Temporary satisfaction replaces long-term strategy. The system wants you to consume because consumption keeps the economy running. But the more you spend to cope with stress, the more stress you create. It's a self-sustaining cycle. Pressure, spending, debt, more pressure. And looming above all of this is a structure designed to reward the elite while trapping the rest. The wealthy don't play the same game as everyone else. They don't live in the same system, even though the rules appear equal. The elite benefit from tax loopholes, business deductions, asset appreciation, low-cost credit, and financial literacy passed down through generations. They borrow at low rates to buy appreciating assets. They use debt strategically, not emotionally. Their money compounds in investments, while most people's money evaporates in expenses. Meanwhile, workers who rely solely on wages fall further behind. Labor is taxed heavily, capital is taxed lightly, your paycheck is punished, their portfolio is rewarded. The system isn't broken, it's functioning exactly as intended. It rewards owners, not workers. Capital, not labor. Knowledge, not compliance. Options, not obedience. And when you struggle under this weight, the system deploys its most effective trick. It convinces you that you are the problem. The identity trap is the final layer. People begin to see themselves as financially incompetent, irresponsible, or hopeless. They internalize their struggles as flaws. They think they're uniquely bad at money, uniquely unprepared, uniquely unworthy of financial success. Someone who can't save thinks they lack discipline. Someone drowning in debt thinks they made bad choices. Someone working 3 jobs thinks they didn't try hard enough. Someone living paycheck to paycheck thinks they're failing. But none of this is failure. It's conditioning. You were pushed into a structure designed to extract your time, your energy, your wages, your attention, your confidence. The system wants you to feel overwhelmed so you don't question the architecture around you. When you blame yourself, the system never has to answer for the conditions it created. You're not bad with money. You were never taught how to navigate a system designed to break you. Your wages are suppressed by design. Your expenses rise faster than your income by design. Your debt is normalized by design. Your shame is cultivated by design. Your consumption is encouraged by design. Your financial knowledge is limited by design, and your sense of personal failure is intentional. But the moment you see the structure, the entire narrative changes. You stop fighting yourself. You stop believing the story that you're the problem. You stop carrying guilt that never belonged to you in the first place. Understanding the system doesn't instantly fix your financial life, but it rewrites the story. It removes the blame. It exposes the architecture. It shows you where the real barriers are and where your real leverage is. You're not broken. The system is. But now that you can see it clearly, it doesn't get to control you the same way. And once you stop blaming yourself, you finally free up the energy to do something far more powerful, to play the game with your eyes open.